What if I told you that the biggest thing holding your homestead back isn't lack of land, money, or tools, but instead it's how you're using your time? That's what we're going to be talking about today in unlocking secret tip number 1 for a vibrant homestead. When I discovered the first secret to a vibrant homestead, it gave me my time back, and I hope it'll be able to give you your time back as well. It's a simple framework that spells the word time so that it's easy to remember. The first letter is T. Take action when things need to be done. On a homestead, procrastination isn't neutral, it's expensive. Putting off fence repair can lead to injured animals and the added stress of an emergency. Delaying garden tasks will lead to weaker plants and lower nutrition. And ignoring small messes can grow into cluttered spaces and mental fatigue. When you act early, jobs take minutes instead of hours, and that directly impacts your health. Less rushing, less stress hormones, and less physical strain. Here's something you can apply today. If an important task takes 5 minutes or less, do it immediately. Those tiny actions stack up into massive time saving. Here's something you can do right now that takes way less than 5 minutes. Go down and like this video. Super important. This video will get out to more people because of it. Thank you. The second letter is I. Inspire others to join you. A vibrant homestead isn't meant to be carried by one exhausted person. It's meant to be carried by a group of people, all with the same goal in mind. Trying to do everything alone leads to chronic fatigue, resentment, and a higher injury risk. But shared work builds connection, joy, and emotional health. Something for you to do is to give kids age-appropriate responsibilities, invite your spouse into planning, not just doing, and frame chores as purpose and not just punishment. A better way of saying I need help is saying we're building something important together. Very big difference. And that change alone can change the environment of an entire homestead. Next is M. Make measurable goals. Vague goals drain energy. Clear goals create momentum. Try to stop saying things like I want a better garden and start saying things like we want to grow 70% of our food this year. You see, when your goals are measurable, your brain experiences progress, and progress releases motivation instead of burnout. Take one homestead area. Could be gardens, could be chickens, food storage, or even routines, and write down what success looks like, by what time, and then how you'll know you got there. Clarity saves time, and saves time restores health. The fourth and final letter is E. Extra time will result. This is where people finally see the payoff. Extra time doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing the right things at the right time. This leads to more time for rest, more time for movement, more time for cooking nourishing foods, and more time for building relationships. On our homestead, this is where we notice better sleep, less rushing, fewer injuries, and way more joy. When you notice extra time appear, don't fill it with more work. Protect it. Use it to restore your body and your spirit. This is tip number 1 for Vibrant Homestead. Thus, the title, Unlocking Secret Tip number 1 for Vibrant Homestead. Lost the key. So, instead, I'm just gonna hack into the box today. Very easily hackable. And inside is one small thing, an SD card. I downloaded the contents. It is a PDF. It's called the ABC model. So, I'm gonna explain it to you real quick. I gotta grab my notes. First of all, you're going to write out everything that you need to do. This would be like caring for the chickens, giving them bedding, all of this different stuff. Some things are going to be daily, some things are going to be weekly, some things are going to be monthly. Doesn't matter. You write down everything that you need to do today or everything that you need to do this week. Then, next step, you're going to write down an A beside tasks that are important and timely. If you ignore these, they're going to turn into emergencies. This would be things like sick or injured animals, broken fencing, weather-dependent chores, or things like subscribing to Homesteading Health. Super important, super timely. Might never have a chance to do this again in your life, but you need to do them. So you put an A beside those things. When A tasks pile up, stress skyrockets, sleep suffers, and injuries happen. Doing them first protects your physical safety and mental health. B, these tasks are going to be important, but they don't have to be done today. So you're going to put a B beside tasks that fit that description. This would be like long-term garden planning. This would be like improving systems. This would be like learning new skills. This would be like building infrastructure or sharing this video with a friend. All of these things, they're important, but they're not timely. It's not like, you gotta do this right now. These are the tasks that create a healthier future homestead, but only if you schedule them intentionally. If you don't plan B tasks, they either never happen or they become stressful A emergencies later. C tasks are things that you'd like to do, but they're not essential. This would be things like extra projects, over-optimizing, saying yes to everything, perfection tweak, and leaving a comment on this video with which part of the time framework is hardest for you. These are things that you'd like to do. They're not super important, but this is where burnout lives. This is where you're just gonna get exhausted because you put them on the same priority level as everything else, when in actuality, they're not. If you spend your energy here before A and B tasks are handled, you'll end up exhausted without actually moving your homestead forward. Homesteading is unique because nature doesn't wait. Misprioritize, animals suffer, crops fail, your body pays the price. When you prioritize well, your homestead starts working with you instead of against you. Then prioritize even more by putting a 1 beside the most important A's, B's, and C's, then a 2, then a 3, then a 4, and so on. This is a very important part because usually you're going to try and get A1 tasks done before A2 tasks. Each morning ask, what are today's A tasks? When can I schedule one B task? Which C tasks can wait or be removed entirely? This is very important. If your body is exhausted, everything becomes harder, even A tasks, even C tasks. Now, prioritization isn't just productivity. It's injury prevention, stress reduction, and long-term sustainability. This model ties directly into the time system. Take action early on the A tasks. Inspire others to help with priorities, make measurable goals, and B, extra time appears when you stop overloading yourself. If you want this ABC worksheet, like I said, it is in the description down below. Go down there, download it, and use it every day for the rest of the life of your homestead. So that's basically it. I just wanted to share that little tip from the secret box that I hacked into. So yes, be sure and like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next video. Click over here to see how you can get more eggs. Click over here to see most recent upload. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.